From small mom and pops to large mega companies, businesses are more consumed with growth and increased revenues than ever. There are countless opportunities available for business owners to grow their organizations. From employee training, retreats, marketing and sales initiatives, advertising, the list goes on and on. However, the most exciting business growth advances are not taking place in the boardroom. They are taking place in the realm of modern science.
Thom Rogers' work is really interesting. It goes in alignment with the 25 years of research that I've done with growing companies. Thom is recognizing something that is fundamental with all business, and that is that there is a core intelligence that operates inside a business, that it's made up of all the people in the business. And when you start to recognize that, you start to take advantage or leverage the real pure assets of a business. Most companies don't do that. Thom's unique services, I think, are very powerful because they begin to get you to think about that core intelligence and start to acknowledge the reality of it. One of the things that Thom's work brings to light is the quantum field that all living things exist in. And when you are acknowledging that quantum field in a business, or the business existence in the quantum field, it's very powerful. And so a lot of businesses are really kind of one-dimensional, two-dimensional, and what Thom is getting you to do is to say, hey, look, there's a whole lot more going on here than meets the eye. And when you take into consideration particularly all the research that's come out of the world of physics over the last 30 years regarding the quantum field and how it impacts all of us, it's powerful.
I'm often asked what prompted me to create Optimum Modification Incorporated. The answer is simple. After working with hundreds of businesses over the last 7 years and training as a facilitator for the last 25 years, it's become clear that the businesses that were most aligned with their mission and aligned with their fundamental goals, these were the companies that ultimately found success. These were the companies that were growing profits and wealth and making a difference in the world. Our premise is that an aligned company has a uniquely different, success-oriented field of energy that is just as real and important as its physical aspects. So what OMI does is that it helps entrepreneurs and businesses achieve an optimal alignment to a quantum level for their business's mission and unique goals. I realize that for some it may be a big leap correlating quantum physics to ultimately being able to influence their business's growth. But you may be surprised at just how straightforward and logical this all becomes when you look at the underlying science.
Tesla, a Serbian born in 1856, played a key role in the understanding of radio waves and later a major contributor to commercial electricity. Tesla is best known for his many revolutionary developments, some of which expand into the field of electromagnetism and particularly into the area of scalar waves. The world as we know it runs on the electrical AC principles that Tesla pioneered over 100 years ago. The question now is, could his discovery of the little-known and even less understood area of scalar waves be the next frontier of science? Could scalar waves be an integral aspect of tapping into virtually unlimited energy sources, to what modern quantum physics relates to as the field of pure potential?
Thom Rogers has a very interesting system. He has an ability to tap into the spirit of a business. It's a living entity, and to be able to calibrate what's going on with that business and what's possible for that business. It's sort of in the arena of energy work. And I think that's really appropriate because what are businesses? They're made up of people. And people are these energetic beings. And so he has this way of being able to tap into the truth of what's going on for this business and what this business can do. And it's unlike anything I've ever seen. And we just got our report and it had so much information. And it's very compelling. And I think that this is the way of understanding our businesses in the future. And it's a tremendous shift in how we understand a complex business model as being something that's fairly mechanical to something that is thriving and living and has a pulse, and how you can tap into that.
Think of scalar waves as invisible energy-based informational systems. This ubiquitous quantum energy can influence virtually every aspect and every entity on this planet. And here's where OMI comes in. A business is also an entity, yes? It's much like a person. There is the physical component, as well as the non-physical side, which is pure energy. It is here that the newly discovered quantum laws of pure potential energy and the subsequent ability to manifest change can have a dramatic impact. This impact not only affects how a business operates, but in a more subjective aspects, how a business operates in the flow of things, how it's perceived by its employees, or even the general public. It's really very exciting for us at OMI to be working with pure energy and consciousness. There's no limitations in these realms.
So, how does quantum physics relate to making concrete changes within our own lives, our businesses? Physics has proven that matter is actually not solid, and in essence, it's all malleable energy and composed of fields. So it's at the non-physical level, through concepts such as intent and belief, where our perception and even reality itself may be altered. OMI works directly with what is called formative causation, where one can see, feel, and ultimately understand the manifestation of life.
When I first went to Thom Rogers and OMI, I was a little skeptical, but I'd heard good things and I really needed help. I had lost some key customers, the economy was tanking, and this seemed like something that could work. Thom spent a lot of time with me, did some in-depth questions of where my company was, where I wanted to go, who my competitors were, and he did an alignment with the quantum field. He knows energy, he knows how to align myself, my company, and even more, how to align with my customer base. The results came fairly quickly. Within several weeks, I gained several new clients, got back other clients, and my business right now is about 30% up from what it was even 3 or 4 months ago. And I couldn't say enough good things about Thom and OMI right now. It really changed my life and the prospects for the future.
A typical business-oriented OMI process is actually quite involved and somewhat technical. Each session is unique, but typically we work with the business owner over a course of days or even weeks, yet with minimal demands upon their time. Part of the process is completing an in-depth questionnaire. This is a process in itself, and it brings to light areas where there are substantial alignment issues. Much of the work that we do is bringing alignment or breaking alignments with non-productive aspects of their business. From there, we can begin to work within the realms of pure potential. The limitations that once faced their business, at this point, often simply dissolve.
As a co-producer on my first feature film, I was feeling really overwhelmed. We had just lost our partner. He took half of the picture with him. And so we were left with half a film to make, the funds to come up with that film. We needed a screenwriter. We basically needed help. So I went to Thom. I'd heard a lot about him. Some of my colleagues had been to him and had a lot of success. So the first thing Thom had me do was fill out this questionnaire, very extensive questionnaire, asking questions about our company, questions that were like so deep that I realized I should have answered these questions before I even started the process of making this film. So after I finished the questionnaire, Thom took that truth and aligned it with what is known as the quantum field, the field of infinite possibilities. And I swear, in a matter of weeks, things started to happen. We found an actor who had the talent and presence we needed for this very, very important role in the film of the narrator. We found a partner who had this incredible enthusiasm and created this momentum that was just helping get things done that needed to get done, and high-profile people started coming into the picture, and it was just created this flow that just everything just started to fall into place. So I just want to thank Thom Rogers because I know these things wouldn't have happened without him.
I can't tell you how exciting it is to experience the kind of positive results that we've seen from companies all over the world. We put this process in place, but then much of the credit goes to our clients, the business owners. Them putting their faith and open-mindedness into such a new modality is incredible. And when they start seeing the results, it really is something great.